This horror story is about Mr. Chang, who brought us his true encounter from Kanchanaburi and asked that we retell it exactly as it happened. He worked in events, the kind of man who could make a ballroom breathe on schedule and 100 chairs line up like soldiers. During the hot months, the job carried him from province to province. That week, it was Kanchanaburi, river air, low hills, and a resort complex with water that held its own history. The seminar ended cleanly. The applause thinned. The speakers shook hands. And when the last attendee drifted toward the parking lot, Mr. Chang felt the familiar emptiness that follows duty. He wanted a place to exhale. 4 local staffers, Pao, Pong, Orn, and Fern, offered to show him something different. The suggestion started as play. It hardened into a dare. By the time the sun touched the trees, the destination had a name: the abandoned brothel. Before they left, Fern's father, who had been helping around the venue, took Mr. Chang aside with a care that sounded like warning. People still talked about the place, he said. It was not empty in the ways buildings are usually empty. Better to go anywhere else. Mr. Chang smiled and said they only wanted a look, information for curiosity's sake. He kept his restlessness behind his teeth. They went after dusk, around 1900, taking the side road where the asphalt narrowed and the bushes leaned in. At the turnoff, his headlights found a woman in a red dress standing at the mouth of the lane, not moving, not signaling, simply there. His foot hit the brake so hard the seatbelts bit. He told the others he had misjudged the pedal. Inside himself, he understood. He had already decided not to see certain things. They walked the last stretch. Pong and Pao led with the brave talk of people walking ahead of their own fear. Orn and Fern clung to the middle, breaths tight and shallow. The buildings were low and mean, long rooms with doors like numbered teeth. A giant sea almond tree kept watch by the corner. Somewhere near the trunk, Pong made a short sound that did not belong to the mouth of a fearless man. He said it was nothing. Later, he admitted he had heard a heavy object drop from high in the branches, a clean thud, too weighty to be fruit. Mr. Chang did not need explanation to call the retreat. Being the oldest among them sometimes meant knowing when to be finished. They ate nearby, a fluorescent shop with the steel tables and the comfort of steam. When the waitress set the plates down, there were 6. There were 5 of them at the table. Mr. Chang told himself the extra setting was habit, or error, or kindness. When the glasses arrived, the final one stopped at the empty seat across from him and stayed there as if claimed. Near midnight, back at the resort, Mr. Chang slept alone. His roommate had gone to Bangkok for a night. He placed his backpack on the spare bed, an old habit whispered by older people, a small territorial magic. He left the bathroom light on and the television off and let the room settle. He woke without knowing why. The mattress to his left compressed slowly, the way beds do when someone sits with care. His body refused to move. The old words call it being ridden by a ghost. The chest calls it drowning in air. At the far end of the bed, a figure stood. A woman with long hair, soaked from shoulder to hem, rags clinging like seaweed. He did what his teachers and parents had taught him to do when facing what he could not fight. He offered kindness inwardly and promised merit afterward. The room did not change. He tried again in the language of prayer his mother had taught him. Cold fingers slid around his ankle, an unambiguous grip, as certain as the weight on the bed. Somewhere in the panic, a thought of his mother and father rose clean and bright, and the figure loosened, retreating toward the wall by the television until it reduced into the surface and was simply not there. Only then did he realize his protective amulet lay in the bathroom where he had left it before sleep. Morning brought a different kind of confirmation, not from a shrine, but from a man who had worked the resort long enough to know what the river offered back. When Mr. Chang described the visitor at the foot of the bed, the man nodded and asked if her hair had been long and wet and if her clothes looked torn.